Hi everyone, and welcome to another Pilates Reformer workout with me. I'm Ali, and I'm so excited to be back on the Reformer with you. Today what we're going to need is our platform extender, and we're going to need a box as well. So if you can just take those two things and get them ready, and then we'll get started on at least 2 red and a blue. We're going to start with a footwork warm-up. If you would like to go heavier, you're more than welcome to go heavier. Remember to only do what feels good for your body, and if something feels too heavy, then you just pop on up and change your springs so that this workout is the best for you and your body. So don't feel obligated to do the exact same thing that I'm doing. I want everyone to get the most out of this quick reformer workout, quick and effective. So we're going to start by laying down. Headrest can be up or down. I like to have mine up for a bit more support. We're going to start with toes around the bar, and we're just going to start by setting up that neutral spine. So heavy on that tailbone. Hip bones are level with pubic bone. Small space left in your low back. You're pulling your abdominals in. And then when you're ready, hands by your side, pressing with the feet to straighten the knees. You can inhale as you return and exhale as you press away, cueing in the abdominals the whole time. We're starting to warm up the hips, the knees, the ankles, making sure we just stay relaxed at the ankles and we're not lifting the heels. Probably feeling this more through the front of the leg than anything. Going at a nice, slow, and controlled pace. Starting to feel the burn build. And as you press away, it's like you're standing tall on your feet are flat, and then returning the carriage down. Good, we're gonna come on down. You're gonna take your arches to the feet again, about hip width apart. So we're just changing foot position here and seeing how this feels different throughout the body. And then coming back down. So just the middle of the foot on the bar. Keeping those knees apart. And still going at a nice slow pace. Try not to rush through this. It's easy to rush through footwork. But we really want to get the most out of it. We want to start cueing in the abdominals with each press. It's our chance to bring in our breath. And it's just a nice chance to warm up those muscles. Doing a body scan from head to toe. Starting to clear your mind so that you can fully engage in your practice. Good, you're gonna come on down, you're gonna take your heels on. You can even go a little bit wider, and then we'll add a little bit of a rotation outwards. So middle of the heels on the bar, and you're pushing away. Maybe feeling more of the inner thighs. Still cueing in through the abdominals. And when you're ready to keep cueing in your breath. Doing another check-in to see where your hips feel with in terms of your pubic bone. Are they level? Are you tipped one direction or the other? Maybe doing a check-in to see how you feel through the hips, through the knees, through the ankles. Maybe one side feels a bit more restricted. Trying to feel for an evenness in your heels. Making sure knees are tracking with second and third toe. Give me 3 more here. Last two. And last one. And then you'll come on down. I'm going to stay on 2 red and a blue, but you are welcome to go lower with your springs if you want to try 2 red. We're going to work into the calves a little bit. So you're going to press away, feet are in line with hips, and just dropping those heels under the bar for a nice stretch, and then pressing away through the ball of the foot to pull the heels up. Again, trying to cue in abdominals here. Try not to hyperextend through the knees, which can be kind of tricky, especially as someone who does hyperextend through the knees here. We can start working into our running, so bending one knee as the other heel drops. Really enjoying that stretch through the one leg. And then switching. You're in control of how deep you go into the stretch. And if it feels like too much springs or resistance, you just come up and switch. We're going to do one more each side here. And then you're going to stand tall, bend your knees, return the carriage. You're going to come up to switch our springs, and we are going to grab that platform extender. So we are going to go to 1 white. So 1 white spring, and you're grabbing that platform extender. Mine's just out in front, and you're bringing your bar down. So it's coming down all the way. And you're just bringing that extender nice and snug up to the platform. And then you're going to kneel. So if kneeling doesn't feel good for you, I would recommend going to 1 blue and doing this in standing. Or if you can tolerate the lightest spring you have, you can do that as well. The white is the lightest spring that I have, but in a kneeling position, it feels comfortable for me. If it's too loose, then you just go to that 1 blue. So ease into this motion to start to get an assessment on, is this too many? Is this too difficult? Is this too light? Do we need to add more support? So you're going to tuck that tailbone, ribs stacked over pelvis, pulling those abdominals in, chest is wide, hands can be by your side or on your hips, and you're just sending that carriage out and using your inner thighs to pull it back in. So things you want to watch for is we don't want to be poking our butt back here. We just want to be growing nice and tall. And just again, working into a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. Maybe this does feel loose. Maybe you need to add the white. Remember, as you switch your springs, to always add before you take away, because if you take away your 1 light spring, then you're going to be left with nothing, and then you are at risk of hurting yourself. So always add before you take away for your safety. And you can see how much further you can go, but what we don't want to see is that your hips start to poke back. So as long as you can keep a nice upright alignment here, you can try and let those legs go a little bit farther. If you wanted to add some work to the arms, you can reach them out. You can add weights to your hands, whatever feels good for you, or you can just have them on your hips. We'll go for 5 more. Last 4, 3, 2. Now on this last one, you're going to send that carriage out. You're going to hold for 10. You're bringing the hips back and forward for a hinge. We don't want that carriage moving for 9. Squeeze the glutes, open the hips, 8. Going as slow as you need to, 7. You got 5 more. Last 2. Last 1. And then you're going to bring it in. And then you are going to grab your box. So you're going to take that box and you're going to bring it in right in front. And then what you want is 1 leg is going to be on the carriage and one leg is going to be on the platform extender. Where you put this box is going to depend on like your body length. You might want it more forward, back more, depends on your body. Forearms go on the box. You're going to tuck your toes under. You're going to hover your knees. For 10, you just press that right leg out, that carriage leg, whatever leg you've chosen. For 6, keep that left knee hovered. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it in, drop the knees, send the carriage out, enjoy a stretch here. And then bring that in. So we're going to move into a little bit of arm work. So we're going to stay on the white spring, but we're going to take off the platform extender and just allow our box to go off to the side. Now we will be going into a kneeling position, but if at any point kneeling doesn't feel good for you or your body, you're always welcome to just sit on your bum, or if you're going from tall kneeling, you can just sit on your heels like I am right now. So from here, again, you always have the option of staying low or coming up high, but we're going to go into a lateral arm raise here. So tucking your tailbone if you are up tall and kneeling, pulling from your shoulder. Now, if this just still feels like a little bit too much, you can always use your other hand to help the strap along, or you can always sit back on your heels for a little bit less resistance. So making sure you go slowly through the motion, feeling every little bit of that resistance here. Making sure to continue to pair your breath with the movement. Starting to feel the burn in the shoulder. Won't keep you here too long. Give me 3 more. This one's tough. 2 more. Last one. Good. Then you're going to take the strap to your other hand. So in my case, the right hand. We're going to start in this position. So elbows at a 90-degree angle. Palm is facing my face. You're going to straighten the arm straight up and then arc away from the body like you're making the letter C, and then back to your starting position. You go again. You reach straight up like you're going up a wall, arc away nice and slowly, back to starting position. Reach, arc away. Good, that was 3. This is 4. We got 5 more. 4 more. 3. Nice and slow. 2. Last one. And then you're going to take that strap back to the other hand. Your right hand, or my right hand in this case, is reaching for the shoulder rest. I'm bringing the hips forward. I'm in a side bend. And I'm pulling the strap so my palm is facing the ceiling or the wall. I don't want to see your butt back here. I really want you to squeeze the glutes. If you have to be on your fingertips, that's okay too. You're giving me 10 tricep extensions. Good. Keep reaching those hips. Got 7 more. This one burns. 6. Last 4. 3. 2. Last one. And then you can let go of that strap. Okay, we're going to grab that platform extender again. We're still on the white spring. The white spring or your latest spring, so this might be a yellow depending on your machine. That platform extender is going all the way up to that platform. Your forearms are going onto the platform extender. Your knees are on the carriage, and we're just going to begin by pressing the legs back. So we're in a plank and in, making sure we don't sink through that low back. Now the hardest spring setting would be no springs. If you needed more support, you can add the blue and swap it with the white. Another way to make this harder is by coming off the toes and hovering the knees. This might feel perfect for you right now. Make sure you're breathing. On this next one, you press, you hold. Give me 10 presses through the shoulders. 9, 8. This doesn't feel good. You can just hold the plank or continue with the knees in and out. Give me 5 more. Last 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring the carriage in, send the hips back into a child's pose. And then we're going to do everything facing the other direction. So you're still on the white, you got that platform extender on, and you're kneeling. I apologize for my back facing you. Sending the carriage out and bringing it back in. Keeping that tailbone tucked. And you're only going in out as far as you feel comfortable. If you want to reach those arms, you can reach the arms. If you wanted to add weights to your hands, you could do that. Or you can just have your hands on your hips. Good. Keep your breath with your movement. Give me 2 more. And then on this last one, you're just sending it out a little bit. Hold, you're hinging the hips back for 10. Keep that carriage still. You got 9. Again, if you want to add the arms, you can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. And then you can grab that box and bring it to the other side. So we're grabbing the box and we're bringing it to the other side here. You're going to have one leg on the platform and one leg on the carriage, and then your forearms on the box. When you're ready, you're tucking those toes, hover the knees, and for 10, you press. 9, 8, 5 more. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Bring it in, drop the knees. Send the legs out into a stretch. And just let your breath catch up. And then bring the carriage in. Again, you can just set your box aside and you can take your platform extender and just place it off to the side as well. And then we're going to get our strap ready. Again, we're still on that white spring and we are kneeling facing the other direction now. Strap is in your other hand, so in my case it's in my right hand, shoulders back, tailbone tucked, and we pull. We're going to try for 10. This is where you find out which arm's stronger. We got 8 more. Try and go nice and slow. 7, 6, last 5, 4, 3, you're so close. Last 2. Last 1. Bring that arm down. Strap goes into your other hand, in my case, my left hand. We start in our starting position, 90-degree bend in the elbow. We slide that arm straight up like it's going up a wall. We curve it out away like we're making the letter C. That's when we start in our starting position. We go for 2. Keep that tailbone tucked. At any point you need to sit, you sit. This is all about control. We're halfway there. You got 5 more. Last 3. 2. Last 1. We take that strap back to our other hand. My left hand's coming to the shoulder rest. We bring those hips forward. We go for 10 tricep extensions. Keep those hips forward. Last 2. And then last 1. And then you bring that strap down. From here, we're going to give the arms a little break. We are going to go into feet and straps. I'm going to go to a red and a blue today because my hamstrings are feeling a little bit tight. If you wanted to go heavier, you're welcome to go to 2 red or a blue, a white, and a red. So that kind of in between. I like to take my bar up with feet and straps. It just helps me get into the straps, but everyone's got their own way of getting into the straps. And then you're laying on your back. Headrest up or down, it's up to you. Pressing away, 1 foot goes in. Push through that strap, and then you have the other. Find that neutral position. So tailbone is heavy, hip bone's level with pubic bone, small space in your low back. Turn the abdominals on. We're just going to go into leg arcs to start pulling from the back of the thigh. Making sure as we arc the legs up and down, the spot or the space in our low back doesn't change. So it doesn't get bigger as we arc those legs down, and your tailbone doesn't lift as we arc them up. If you do feel any strain behind your knee, just add a little micro bend. We're going to continue with the same motion, but heels together, toes apart, adding a squeeze into the heels. Again, feeling inner thighs, activating. Checking in with your neutral spine. That squeeze between your heels. Continue with the same motion now, big toes together, heels apart. Try to keep those toes touching. This one always feels a bit more awkward and might be more limited for you. One more here. And then when you come up, you're separating the toes. Feet are parallel, flexing the feet, arc the legs down. You're going to pull the legs out to the side, pull them back in like you're going through thick honey. I want you to feel like you're standing tall on your feet. Trying to keep the carriage from moving too much. It'll move a little bit naturally. Keep the control. You're going to feel the inner thigh shake. I'm feeling the shake. Can you give me 5 more? 4, 3. Last 2. On this last one, you bring the legs out, you go into a full circle. Just as wide as you can go while keeping that neutral spine. So if you feel like things are getting sloppy and you're tipping all over, then just make your circle smaller. That is no big deal. Once you get to the top here, you're reversing your circle. Two more. Last one. And then take the bottom of the feet together. Let the feet drop down into a butterfly stretch. Couple deep breaths. And one more deep breath. If you want, you can go into a little hamstring stretch here. I know I definitely need it. Just pulling on the straps a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go into hands and straps. I'm already on my desired spring setting here, 1 red and 1 blue. If you need to change, then you just come up and change your springs, but we'll be with hands and straps, legs and tabletop as our starting position. Hands are right in line with your shoulders, and then you have a 90-degree bend at your knee. You're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, pull the arms down by your side, reaching long through the fingertips or the knuckles. Bringing the hands back up, you don't want to lose sight of your fingernails. If they're back here, that's too far. Pulling down. Making sure as you pull down, your knees don't start to creep into your chest. Imagine pulling from under the armpits. This is slow and controlled. Now you're going to bring the arms down by your side, turn the palms to your hips, you're going out into a T. And then you switch back up. And you're just alternating here. Good. The next time you bring your arms down and out to the side, you're going to go into a full circle. Up, down, and around. We got 5 each direction. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And we reverse. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. We can lower our feet to the bar and just let the straps fall behind us. And then you're going to get up and we're going to 1 red spring. We're going to be facing the back of our machine. Headrest is going to be down and you will have your hands in the straps. I'm going to take 1 foot, place it over the other once I find my straps. And I'm sitting tall, at least a hand width behind so we don't tip back into the springs. Arms straight, chest wide, shoulders down. You're just tipping back as far as you feel comfortable, using your abdominals to bring you back up. So what I see a lot of is this happening. We're not going into a row. We're going into a flat back. Again, keeping the shoulders and chest wide. You know, halfway you can always switch which leg is over the other one. It's always good to switch that up. Might feel a little bit more foreign to you on one side than the other. On this next one, you're gonna tip back, finding that challenging spot, not too hard, but hard enough. Palms face the ceiling. You're giving me bicep curls. We go for 10, 9, last 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Release the arms. They're by your side. You're at a 90-degree bend. You're rotating side to side, keeping your hips heavy, looking to the side. So I don't want to just see you tipping. I want a full rotation. I want you to get into those obliques. You got 6 more total. 5, 4, 3. Keep those hands apart. 2, 1. Sit up tall. Hands by your side, just giving me 10 presses back. Pulling from the back of the armpits. Opening that chest. Last 3, 2, and last one. Okay, we're gonna stay on that red spring, and you're gonna take our bar down. So we're gonna finish off this class with a nice glute burn and probably some planking, because we can't forget about more planking. So bar is gonna come all the way down. Your platform extender is here if you kind of need more of that square footage under your feet, totally fine. Otherwise, you can just step onto your platform and your carriage. So you could always add a white if you wanted more springs. I'm comfortable with just a red right now because I know this is just going to get tougher. But if a red just felt too light for you, you're just going to add more springs until you find your happy spot. So as always, ribs stacked over pelvis. We don't want the butt sticking out here. I want you using your glutes, pressing equally through both legs here. Again, hands by your side on your hips. Another option where you can bring your arms out with your legs. You could have weights in your hands. So you've got a lot of ways that you can make this a little bit more challenging. And of course, keeping your breath moving. When you're ready, same motion, but you're getting into a squat. So knees are bent. You're only going as far as you can still maintain second and third toe with your knee. Making sure your body stays in the middle. Stay with me here. If you need a break, you take a break. In 3 more, you're going to stay in your squat. In 2 more, and then we're just pressing out this carriage leg. Last one. You're bringing it in. Keep left hip over left knee and left ankle for 10. You press. 9, 8. Keep that hip over. 7, 6, 5. Stay heavy in that heel. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Awesome job. We're going to 1 blue spring. We're going to do plank to pike before we face the other way. So we're switching our red for a blue. Our toes are on this platform. Our forearms are on this carriage. We're going for 10 plank to pikes. I'm going on my forearms, but you're more than welcome to grab the carriage and go on your wrist. Just watch your fingers. We press out and we go for 10. We got 8 more. Make sure we don't sink through that low back. 7. Keep breathing. 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And on this last one, we hold for 10. We press the arms forward and back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One, we bring the carriage in, we go into a child's pose. Reaching those arms. Taking a sip of water if we need one. And then we're finishing off with the other side. We're back to a red spring, or whatever you did on the first side, you're going to do on the second. Again, my apologies for my back facing you. We press with both, with a straight knee to start. Hands can be on your hips, they can be out, they can be across your chest, whatever feels good for your body. Just keep your shoulders down and away from the ears, keep your chest wide, your ribs stacked over pelvis. Remembering how good it feels to move our body and how lucky we are to have the method of Pilates in our lives. Feeling so strong with each session. When you're ready, you're going to start to bend the knees. You're in your squat. You continue to press with both. Stay with me if you can. If you need to take a break and shake out those legs, you're more than welcome to. Push through it. It's mind over matter. Stay heavy through those heels. Hands can be wherever. They can be behind. They can be in front. They can be on your hips. Good. The lower you go, the harder it's going to be. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, and on this last one, we bring it in, right hip over right knee, ankle, we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you bring it in. We are going to go into a nice little cool down because you've earned it. So I like to put all my springs on. You're going to lay on your back. And you're just going to start to tip those knees side to side. Bring those knees back to center. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Hug that right leg in. Option to reach your right leg long, moving the ankle to get into the calf. Pointing and flexing the toe if that feels good. Or doing circles. Really getting into that left glute here. When you've had enough of that side, you bring your foot down and you switch. So just as important as a warm-up is, it's always important to cool down too. And then we'll transition to a happy baby. You can rock side to side, just don't tip off your machine. Trying to really calm the system and focus on our breath here. We just worked really hard, solid full body workout today. And I appreciate you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to making more classes for you, a mixture of mat, a mixture of reformer. If there's anything else you want, you can definitely drop a suggestion into the comments. I like to finish off my practice with my legs in a butterfly, and just give me 3 big breaths, inhaling through the nose, ribs expand. Big exhale through the mouth. Last one here. Thank you so much for that awesome workout. I had a lot of fun, and I am having so much fun making videos for you. Please let me know if there's any other videos you would like to see. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.